With all the money that WCW had, were you surprised for the Shockmaster helmet that they didn't put more effort into it? Because I understand it was like women's stockings covering
No,
the eyes and
yeah,
stuff.
but it was the stormtroopers. Initially, it didn't have anything there, so the glitter was coming in through the eye holes when they had me do the initial fitting. And so they took the secretary and had her pull off her pantyhose. They cut two patches out of those. So the little hole that I was looking at with the glitter coming in, that was to protect it from getting in my eyes, and doing damage. Well, it's good, but then you can't even see shadows. So it was like point and shoot. When I went through that wall, Mike Graham was the guy that gave me. They couldn't microphone the mask anyway, because all the mask was. Because people ask, fans ask her all the time. You go, well, how could you wrestle in that thing? How would you? It's not what it was for. It's defeating the purpose. What it's for is just to protect them from knowing my true identity. Like maybe they wouldn't be able to guess who I was, but they put that on me, and then I had one of the Awesome Kongs uh, uh, ring vest that they wore to the ring, and I came out with that, wearing that over the top. That's what they wanted me to wear out there, and it was just to do that promo, And the original deal, which is this, they talk about the Super Shockmaster before they.
I saw you wrestle as the Super Shockmaster, by the way,
Yes.
for the fans that haven't seen. That was a good outfit. And
Yeah.
that gimmick could have got over, I think.
It was like it wasn't going to be like Glacier's type gimmick, but it was, like a comic book type character, cross between a lucha type, and, a comic book, superhero deal kind of look to it, you know what I'm saying? And it would hide, the top of it, my hair hang out, and then it was a chin type mask. And, it was pretty cool, I thought. But, those guys there, I think they were, it's when before they turned me to Uncle Fred. They worked the whole gimmick where Cody and his sister Teal and all the neighborhood kids are on the couch and they're watching TV and they go, "That looks like Uncle Fred," Cody says. That's when I became the, Shockmaster becomes Three Stooges #4.
What I don't understand,
Yes.
though, is it's easy to say now, like with the internet, that
Yeah.
everyone knew, but they could have just changed your gimmick because no one saw your face. But every time they used you, I always hear the commentators making jokes about it, and they
Yeah.
turned you into a joke. Whereas if they had just kind of changed your name and
Yeah.
given you a fresh gimmick and not have to have the announcers bury you, you still could have got over, I think.
That would have been my feeling about the whole deal. I mean, crap happens. And when it's live TV, because that's what it was at Bash at the Beach, it was live. It wasn't a taped show where, like in the past, like when I worked for WWE, where WWF, they made the guy, if Vince comes out screaming out of the back room that he hated the match, going to put you on the third hour and you're going to redo it because they know that by the third hour, half the crowd has gone down. Then they move people, to the hard camera side, virtually, and they redo the match. And this is what I want, blah, 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 blah. And, but this here was live, and the wall I busted through is like a wall in your house. It had wood studs. I broke, I don't know, 3, 4, whatever wood studs. I did a double axe handle it because you couldn't see what you were doing. But there was a board that went all the way across because the height of it was 5/8 sheetrock that they made the set up for Flair for the Gold, just like it would be in your house. And, but it was one-sided, just the rock on one side. But, there was a board just below my kneecap that because of elevated, the elevated extra height, so it would be flimsy and would be supportive and all that stuff. And next thing you know, bingo bango, I hit that, because my grand was the guy giving me a cue. He's like, "Fred, you're going to have to hit that son of a bitch hard to go through there." So I'm like, he says, "It's pyrotechnics, blah, 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 blah." I says, "Okay." I says, brother, I'm benching over 6. I says, I can knock this wall out. I said, I busted holes in the wall of the house by accident. And he's like, okay. And I put that mask on. I was probably a half a foot or so from the wall. I put my hands above my head, double axe handle, and I busted through the wall. But because I hit it so hard, and with that piece being where my knee is, I became a teeter-totter. So I blew through the wall, fell down, and the helmet came off like a champagne cork. It's live. All I could think in my mind is turning your face to the wall and reaching to try and find that helmet as fast as possible because, somebody else is going to do the promo. So I wanted to get to my feet so it wouldn't totally screw the deal. I mean, it was bad enough, but I tried to manage it and try, I'm trying to
Wasn't
do
it at the Ocean's Front Center in Daytona Beach too?
Yeah.
So there was like 5,000 people there.
Oh yeah. And it was live though, live on,
Yeah.
well, the Road Warriors were there. I mean, it was a who's who of talent. And I drove over from my house in Tampa